Hi, I'm Rick with World Wheels. Speaking with
Dan Howarth. How are you?
Good. How are you?
Fantastic. Having a great time.
How long you been in business?
Oh, we've been doing this for a long time, about 1975 to be exact.
Good hobby or something else?
Well, it was a hobby for a lot of years, but we've taken it a little bit serious these last few years, so it's stepped up a little bit.
Does this car run actually or no?
Oh yeah, this is a runner. This we run in top Dragster for NHRA, and yeah, she runs about 6.4 seconds at a 210 mile an hour. So yeah, she's a runner.
Take you've had it at Joliet?
Oh yeah, that's our home track. You betcha.
Where else do you go?
We do the NHRA Midwest divisional races. So it's like Michigan, Indiana, Ohio, Kentucky. You know, all the Midwest type tracks.
Which track in Michigan you go to?
Mid-Michigan, they call it. Mid-Michigan Raceway. It's in Stanton, Michigan.
Because the only one I remember, used to remember is Milan.
Yes. Yes, but that's IHRA.
Okay. Because that's where we were at when I had my, I had a show car. It was all Chrysler stuff. Because Chrysler let us go to their track on Sunday.
Oh, okay.
So we was at the Mopar Nationals. But that was a long time ago.
Yeah, yeah, us old racers, we've been around for a while, so.
Car looks great.
Well, thank you. Appreciate it.
Well, how did you get started, and did you buy it in pieces, or did you put it together yourself?
Well, we've been, like I said, we've been racing since 1975. I raced drag bikes for 20 years. Then we bought a top sportsman car, which we raced for about 6 or 7 years. We had a crash in 2010. At that point, I decided I wanted to get out of the cars and try a dragster. And we had this custom built from Chrome Works out in Michigan. And John Parks owns that. And he takes the American chassis from American race cars, and he does this. He comes up with all the paint job, and I worked with him on what I was wanting, and he built this car, and he did a great job.
Car looks excellent. What's this GM power plant cubic inches?
This motor's a Chevy big block. It's an all aluminum 615 cubic inch motor, nitrous injected with 2 stages of nitrous.
What's the horsepower?
Oh, it's naturally aspirated at 1,250 horsepower, and we usually stick around 500 extra horsepower of nitrous into it.
How much nitro you need to get that up?
It uses about 3.5 pounds of nitrous in the whole pass. You know, so that's quite a bit. It uses 2 stages, so it comes in at 200 right out of the hole, and then 300 at about half a second out. So she sprays a lot in there.
Is this car mainly set up for mid-track or top end?
Really both. It's the ways we have the spray come into it is because of dragsters that want to lift up a little bit. So you bring the 2 stages in at alternate times so that you can keep the car down and yet get the mile per hour at the top end. So it really does make it so it's a little more safe and then yet fast. So she really runs good.
So more or less, if you had them both kick in together, it'd be too hard to control?
Well, yeah, well, it wants to lift up. And if it gets up in the air, dragsters, it gets ugly quick. So you want to keep away from that. But she's fun. She's a pretty safe car, and they built me a really good one. So we really enjoy it.
You don't want to drive it?
Yeah, I drive it. And I tell you what, people have asked me many times what it's like to go that fast, drive this type of car, and it's the hardest thing you can describe somebody what the feeling is, because it's like your eyeballs hitting the back of your head. It's something that's unbelievable, and until you do it, you just really can't appreciate what it's like.
The G-forces, I mean, are pretty great.
I'm sorry?
The G-force effect on your body?
Yeah, and you know what? It's even, the G-force comes out at about 3 Gs, but it kind of tapers off down the track. But what really hits you is when you pull them 2 chutes, because then you get a negative 3 Gs. So you go from about 2.5 at that point down to 3 negative. So it'll put a press on you.
Like a negative whiplash?
Yes, it is. It's like somebody punching you in the chest. So, but
who's your sponsor?
We have Jim over here at Fox Valley Sandblasting sponsors us. He came on board about 2 years ago, and he's the greatest guy I've ever worked with. He's really into the sport. He's really into the car. He's done a lot of the powder coating on the car, and he does a lot of work for all the racers around our area. So, and just the greatest guy to work with for a sponsor. We really appreciate him.
Thank you for your time.
Well, thank you again.
It was nice to meet you.
You too, sir.
Thank you.